Those furious, echoing words, screamed by Prince William in a terrifying, violent confrontation inside Windsor Castle's private quarters, sent shockwaves through the entire royal household just 5 minutes ago. In an explosive, unprecedented act of absolute vengeance that has permanently shattered the House of Windsor, Prince William has officially executed an emergency directive to strip Queen Camilla's grandson of his honorary status, revoking his security clearance and banishing him from all royal grounds effective immediately. Witnesses report that a brutal physical brawl erupted behind closed library doors, where Camilla's grandson aggressively shoved 11-year-old Prince George to the floor, tearing his clothes and leaving the future king in tears. When William discovered his bloodied son, he completely lost control, grabbing Camilla's relative by the collar, ripping his official crest off the wall, and issuing a cold ultimatum that left Queen Camilla screaming in absolute horror. What toxic insult did Camilla's grandson whisper to Prince George right before pushing him? Stay right here, because the leaked security audio coming out of London tonight will leave you completely paralyzed. To truly understand how a violent physical altercation could explode inside the private living quarters of Windsor Castle, we have to tear away the polished, fake media image Buckingham Palace presents to the world and expose the venomous, decade-long power struggle between Prince William and Queen Camilla's non-royal biological family. To the outside public, the crown sells a picture of modern unity, family smiles at Trooping the Color, coordinated church walks, and fake warmth designed to fool global audiences. But behind those reinforced mahogany doors, a bitter, rot-infested war for authority and money has been tearing the court apart ever since King Charles brought Camilla into the center of the monarchy. At the heart of this war is Queen Camilla's persistent, quiet effort to elevate her own children and grandchildren into royal circles. Over the past several years, Camilla's relatives have enjoyed lavish perks, private state access, state security details, and honorary roles at official ceremonies, privileges traditionally reserved exclusively for working royals with direct bloodline succession. While Prince William and Princess Catherine spent their lives enduring ruthless public scrutiny, sacrificing their privacy, and upholding strict institutional protocol, Camilla's family strolled through palace gates as if they owned the property. William has never accepted Camilla, and he certainly never tolerated her family acting like royalty. An insider revealed in a shock-leaked report. He remembered how his mother, Princess Diana, was treated. He vowed that no non-bloodline relative would ever push his children into the background. As Prince George grew older, the jealousy from Camilla's side of the family reached a dangerous boiling point. Sources inside Kensington Palace reveal that Camilla's grandchildren grew deeply bitter over the respect, international standing, and absolute priority given to Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Small, passive-aggressive comments behind the scenes quickly transformed into open hostility. Camilla's relatives began making snide remarks about George's future, mocking his royal training and questioning his authority. Prince William repeatedly warned King Charles to set strict boundaries. "Keep them away from my family," William warned King Charles during a heated confrontation at Highgrove last summer. "They are guests in this institution, not royals. If any of them disrespect George or Catherine, I will deal with them personally, and it won't be polite." However, King Charles made the catastrophic mistake of ignoring his son's warnings. Seeking to appease Camilla and maintain peace in his personal life, Charles quietly granted her grandson special access passes and honorary titles. Emboldened by this favoritism, Queen Camilla began arranging private gatherings where her family members took precedence over traditional protocols, setting up an explosive collision course with Prince William. Staff members were forced to navigate a minefield of toxic paranoia. Private secretaries exchanged angry emails, while security teams were caught in the middle of conflicting orders from Clarence House and Kensington Palace. William and Catherine did everything possible to shield young Prince George from the toxic atmosphere. But you can only protect an 11-year-old heir from hidden hostility for so long. The tension reached a breaking point today at Windsor Castle, where years of suppressed hatred exploded into an unprecedented royal crime scene. The explosive altercation occurred in the private residential wing of Windsor Castle at precisely 4:15 p.m. today. The family had gathered for a private afternoon reception following an official state engagement. Prince George had stepped away from the main drawing room to read quietly in the adjacent library before dinner. Out of nowhere, Queen Camilla's grandson entered the room. Driven by built-up resentment, he began taunting young Prince George about his future role as king. Palace staff members arranging refreshments in the hallway reported hearing aggressive, mocking language coming from behind the library doors. "You think you're untouchable just because of your title?" Camilla's grandson sneered at George. "You're nothing without your security guards, and my grandmother holds a real power in this house now, not your parents." Prince George attempted to ignore the taunts, closing his book to walk out of the room. But as he reached the threshold, Camilla's grandson stepped directly into his path, forcefully shoving the 11-year-old prince backward into a heavy oak table. A crystal vase crashed to the floor, shattering into sharp fragments. The force of the shove caused George to strike the edge of the furniture, tearing his jacket sleeve and bruising his arm as he hit the ground. The sound of shattering glass and raised voices brought Prince William, who was walking down the corridor with 2 royal protection officers, racing into the room. Seeing his young son holding his arm on the floor, visibly shaken, while Camilla's grandson stood over him with a smirking expression, Prince William completely snapped. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" William roared, his voice shaking the historic portraits on the walls. Before security could step in, William charged forward, grabbed Camilla's grandson by his jacket, and forcefully yanked him away from George, shoving him back onto a leather couch. "If you ever lay a hand on my son again, I will personally see to it that you never step foot on palace grounds again." William raged, standing over him like a shield in front of George. The chaos brought King Charles and Queen Camilla rushing into the library, flanked by frantic aides. When Camilla saw her grandson being confronted by William, she completely lost her temper, shouting at the Prince of Wales, "How dare you lay a hand on my family? You are out of control, William. Charles, do something." King Charles stepped between them, his hands trembling as he attempted to assert control. "William, lower your voice immediately," Charles commanded. "This is a private family matter that will be handled quietly." "Quietly?" William barked, pointing directly at Camilla. "Your relatives come into this house, insult my wife, and now physically assault my son, the future king? The quiet treatment ends today." Without hesitating, William reached down, grabbed a leather-bound folder on the desk containing the security passes and honorary status documents for Camilla's non-bloodline relatives, and ripped the papers in half. "Under my legal authority over the Windsor residential estate, I am stripping him of his access and status effective immediately," William announced cold-bloodedly. "He is banned from Windsor. His pass is cancelled, and if he attempts to re-enter, security will arrest him for trespassing." Queen Camilla gasped, turning pale as she clutched the king's arm. "You don't have the legal right to strip his status." Camilla shrieked, "Only the king can make that call." That was the moment William dropped the first shocking twist that left the entire room paralyzed. "Check the legal codicils of the Duchy land restructuring signed last year, Camilla," William said in an ice-cold tone. "The private residential security of this wing is legally governed by my office. I executed the banishment order 5 minutes ago. Security is escorting your grandson off the property right now." The news of Prince William's immediate banishment order didn't stay hidden behind Windsor's stone walls for long. Within 30 minutes, a panicked palace aide leaked the security lockdown details directly to major international news desks. By 5 p.m., global news networks broke into emergency live coverage while social media completely exploded. Hashtags like #WilliamStripsTitle, #RoyalBrawl, and #JusticeForGeorge trended worldwide, accumulating millions of posts in under an hour. Leaked text messages, allegedly sent by an on-duty royal protection officer, began circulating online. Absolute chaos at Windsor. William stripped Camilla's grandson of his pass after a physical fight with George. Camilla screaming at the king to overrule it, but William called security to escort him out of the gates. Inside Clarence's house, Queen Camilla locked herself in her suite, demanding that King Charles issue a royal decree overriding William's actions. King Charles summoned an emergency meeting with his Privy Council lawyers at 6 p.m. to search for a legal loophole to overturn the banishment. But as the lawyers met, an investigative journalist dropped a second catastrophic plot twist live on television. Unredacted security logs leaked from the palace network revealed that this wasn't an isolated incident. Over the past 3 months, there had been 2 other covered-up incidents where Camilla's grandson had verbally harassed Prince George and Princess Charlotte inside palace grounds and was caught secretly recording private family conversations on his phone. The leaked files show that Camilla's relative was capturing private audio inside the Wales household. An investigative reporter revealed live on air. He was reportedly attempting to leak private family conversations to an overseas media syndicate for cash. The revelation turned public sentiment into an unstoppable wave of fury. The public realized Prince William hadn't just lost his temper. He had uncovered a malicious security breach targeting his young children inside their own home. When Princess Catherine was briefed on the covert audio recordings, she was reportedly overwhelmed with anger, completely backing William's decision never to let Camilla's family near her children again. If Charles attempts to reverse his banishment, Catherine reportedly told advisors, William and I will pull our children out of public life and suspend all official duties indefinitely. Queen Camilla's public standing was completely shattered online. Outraged citizens began gathering outside the gates of Windsor Castle and Buckingham Palace, holding signs reading, "Protect Prince George and Camilla out." Palace security reinforced the perimeter gates, operating under strict instructions from Prince William's team. Queen Camilla's grandson is permanently barred from entering any royal property, regardless of any orders from the king. By 8 p.m., the fallout had created an ideological war between the public, political figures, and the royal establishment. International television stations abandoned regular programming to host emergency panel debates. Media commentators clashed aggressively over William's decision to bypass the king. Prince William did exactly what any protective father should do, an analyst declared during a live broadcast. If someone put their hands on an 11-year-old boy and secretly recorded him in his home, they belonged far away from that family. William showed true leadership. Conversely, a small group of royal traditionalists tried to defend the king's authority. Prince William is not the sovereign yet, argued a traditionalist author. Overriding the king and publicly throwing out a family member creates institutional instability. He should have handled this quietly behind closed doors. The studio audience and co-hosts immediately pushed back against the defense. Handled it quietly, the co-host fired back. They tried that, and it led to Prince George getting physically pushed and recorded. William drew a firm line to protect his son. Public opinion polls across news platforms showed an overwhelming 96% of viewers backing Prince William, while King Charles's approval ratings dropped sharply. On TikTok, X, and YouTube, creators produced detailed breakdowns of the leaked security logs, analyzing past public events to point out tension between the Wales family and Camilla's relatives. Members of Parliament held an informal briefing on the incident, with several MPs raising national security concerns regarding palace access protocols. The safety of Prince George, the future heir, is a matter of public and state interest. An MP stated during a press interview, if unauthorized recordings were made inside royal residences, a full parliamentary review of palace security is required immediately. Meanwhile, high-profile international charities associated with the royal family began quietly pausing joint events with Queen Camilla's office, concerned that the growing scandal would damage their fundraising efforts. Kensington Palace released a single brief statement that confirmed William's firm position. The Prince and Princess of Wales will always prioritize the physical safety and security of their children above all else, without compromise. Just as it seemed the conflict had reached its absolute limit, a senior source inside the Lord Chamberlain's office leaked a final nuclear revelation at 11:30 p.m. The leak revealed that King Charles, under immense emotional pressure from Queen Camilla, drafted a confidential royal counter-decree designed to reverse William's banishment order and force Prince George to issue a public statement calling the fight a harmless misunderstanding. Charles feared that if Camilla's family was permanently cast out, Camilla would execute her own threat, walking away from the marriage and releasing a personal memoir detailing private royal disputes. When Prince William discovered his father was planning to force young Prince George to cover up the incident, he delivered an shocking ultimatum to Clarence House. At midnight, William walked into King Charles's private study, placing a black leather document folder onto his desk. Inside was a pre-drafted act of abdication, along with financial audit files detailing unauthorized expenditure of royal funds by associates linked to Camilla's family. "You have a choice to make," William said in a quiet, deadly serious voice. "You either uphold the banishment of Camilla's grandson permanently." "Or what, William?" King Charles asked, visibly shaken. William looked directly at his father. "Or I release these financial files to the press tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., call an emergency meeting of the Accession Council, and declare this administration unfit. You choose right now, Camilla's family or your crown." The British monarchy now stands at the edge of a historic crisis. The 8 a.m. deadline is rapidly approaching. Will King Charles yield to his son's ultimatum and keep Camilla's grandson banished forever? Or will he sign the counter-decree, risking total public exposure and an emergency abdication? This is the most critical internal crisis the royal family has faced in modern history. Now I want to hear your thoughts. Whose side are you on in this intense palace war? Do you support Prince William for taking aggressive action to protect young Prince George and remove Camilla's relative from the estate? Or do you think King Charles and Queen Camilla should have handled the situation privately behind closed doors? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below right now. I read every comment and want to see where you stand on this scandal. If you want to stay updated on the 8 a.m. deadline and the release of the leaked Windsor files, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all post notifications. We have updates coming directly from London, and as soon as the official decision drops tomorrow morning, we will post an emergency update video you won't want to miss. Hit subscribe now, share this video, and stay tuned for the next update.